have a Write Pitch Publish conference, and that's in May, and that's May 4th, and that's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And these locations are based on demand, what people have said they wanted.
Okay. And I'm going to come back to that because I saw your post today. I'm going to talk to you about that. And because I was helping you with a little bit of this, and when we were talking the other day and I asked, is this the same audience? And you were like, actually, yeah, there is a lot of overlap.
Yes.
So that is true with both events coming up.
Right.
So one of the ways, again, because the goal is to, the term for this kind of branding architect that we're trying to get you to is called House of Brands. So you have several, I think they use, Unilever is an example of that. Like, people don't know that there's a million different brands under Unilever, but that are kind of disconnected. But anyway, but we're trying to get all your brands under one place. So, but we need a lead magnet, and we talked about, I think we've talked about a lead magnet where you give someone something of interest, of value to them, and pull them in, and then you decide where they're going to go. Okay. So with the Writers Conference, and I don't know the answer to this, and you may not know the answer, but we're going to try to push and see how much time we have to get to the answer.
Okay.
So with the Writers Conference and with the Academy coaching event coming up, would you say there is a common denominator somewhere underneath there?
I like where you're going with this. Oh, wow. That is really good. You know, when I do talks, about people wanting to accomplish their dreams and the things that they, you know, there's always certain limitations that kind of cross over into both areas. The one that comes to mind right now as I'm talking is time management, as you've told me many times. And then the other one is self-doubt, you know, lacking the belief in self to be able to move forward. I think, in fact, one of the times that you heard me speak, it was about the blind spots that we have.
Yeah.
And that is definitely a crossover thing that people have.
So one of the things I would do with, because this is what I saw as kind of a small issue with what you posted today. One of the things we need you to do is to have a lead magnet to pull people in, and make it more about them and not about you.
Okay.
So today the post is kind of like, because remember, this whole thing is a dating thing.
Yeah.
It's dating. Marketing is dating. And we're trying to get married. So, and the marriage is the event, right? So we need that, you know, hey, how are you? What do you like to do? You know, what do you like to eat? Love to talk, you know, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it is complete interest on them. So then it's more of, what is it that you need? You know, I know that you all have dreams. I know that you guys are struggling with time management. I know you're still trying to figure out what 2019 is going to look like for you. Join me for this free webinar where I'm just going to talk about those blind spots, or I'm going to talk about the domino. I mean, all these things, whatever it is that you have a million presentations in your back pocket. I already know this. So what you can pull out and give for free. So you're capturing those email addresses, you're capturing those people that are really interested in you and your brand. And then at the end of that webinar, then you're going to talk about the two things that you're offering that may help them with what they want to do next. Okay? Yes. So we're dating. We're pulling them in.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, because I have a lot of content. Webinars.
Yes.
All day long.
Yes.
So So is that a problem to do both? I mean, to announce that an event is coming, but then to also have a webinar about, you know, something else, and then to also pull in the audience about that?
No. It's perfect, because you want the webinar to be something really short and free. Because it's more like an infomercial to some degree. I mean, you're going to give them something to make them feel good or feel like thinking, and it was of some type of value to you, but no skin off of your back. If you have to prepare for it, then it's not going to be worth it. But something of value that you can easily give. And yes, and then at the end, then you're going to say, you know, so there are two things we have coming up.
I like that.
And then you're helping shuffle them into the people into different places.
Oh, that's so good. I love it.
So I would say over the next week or two, go ahead and start promoting this complimentary webinar that you're going to have. And again, don't make it about the coaching so much or the writing, but more of the emotion. That there's a common emotion, and we can talk more about that off air, but there's a common emotion for your audience that we got to tap into. And pull them in through the emotion part.
Well, you know, I had somebody comment on my page the other day, and she said, you know, I really need to get coach training to legitimize the work I'm already doing. And that is a crossover for writers, because they want to publish a book to legitimize, and they also, you know, so I thought, wow, I'm going to use that somehow, but this just gave me an idea that that's how I can use that. You know, something on legitimizing. I don't, you know, I'll have to think about it, but that's, the common thread.
Yes. You know, so. And I would say, we've talked about this on the show before, that, you know, knowing your audience, knowing what emotion you're tapping into, because normally whatever you're selling is not really what you're selling. There's something else that you're meeting, another need. But going into Dr. Pam's audience, I've talked to her about this before. This is the year of clarity.
Yes.
So we're going to do a follow-up show with her in the fall. Yes, and we're going to be talking about some different stuff. But because, but because she is a professor, she's a doctor, she's a writer, she's a facilitator, she's all these things, a big part of her audience is probably going to be on LinkedIn. Because a lot of people on LinkedIn, me included, I want to legitimize some of my profession, right? And that's a common need for the people on LinkedIn. So again, you identified that emotion and that need that you're really filling, and making sure you get on to the right audience. Okay.
I posted on LinkedIn today for the first time in about a month.
Okay, we're going to be consistent.
Yes.
Because LinkedIn is hard, because once someone posts, you don't really see it like on Facebook. It disappears a little bit more quickly. But that's okay. We're going to get the LinkedIn thing down as well. So we talked about, let's talk about your website. Even though I know that
one?
We're going to talk about the main one.
Oh, goodness.
Even though you said you just took it down.
Yeah. Well, I just took the link from Facebook. It's
it's still up there. Yeah. Okay. So what would you say you'd want your website to do? Like, if you just had a dream, what would you want it to do? Yeah,
you know, and this is part of the reason why I haven't moved forward with changing it or putting everything under an umbrella, because my dilemma has been, do I want it to be a landing page where people can just decide where they want to go from there, or do I want it to be functional where people can sign up for things and engage with me and a blog? I mean, do I want the full thing, or do I just want something simple?
Right.
I don't know.
Right. I think we want something simple. Because you can still keep what you already have with Tandem Light and everything, and just have it more of a landing page and for it to go somewhere.
I love it.
So actually, I have no idea what time it is. I don't know if I'm done. Okay, I'm wrapping up. My sound engineer said, wrap this thing up. So thank you guys. I hope that you guys got something out of it, especially those of you guys who are multi-talented, have a lot of brands and businesses out there. Clarity is key. Cohesiveness, clarity, saves money, saves time, helps you to move forward. So join me next Sunday at 4. We're going to talk about LinkedIn next Sunday, okay? So join me next Sunday. Thank you.
Oh, that's actually very helpful.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys.
I was relieved to hear that I just can do a landing page.